back. Sort of. I'm using my phone. Moving's difficult. What also is difficult is trusting a coin flip.
Haha. Yeah, your coin flip was nothing compared to the might of Taylor Heineke.
The fucking Lions, you good boys. You've done me proud.
God bless the Lions. And I love what Tom Grossi was like. For weeks he was just like, it's gonna be the Vikings. Just you watch. It's gonna be the Vikings. Sure enough. That was beautiful.
I watched
Are
that.
Vikings now the worst team in football?
I mean, they're still the worst team in football. They're 1-10-1, but they did. But the good news is they did not destroy their tank.
Yeah, they're still in line for the number 1 overall pick, and I think pretty comfortably too.
Yeah, because I think in order for, I mean, they could still, in order for basically them to screw up their tank, is they just need to win one more game, and then I believe the Jaguars and the Texans have to lose out because of that tie. Yeah,
right.
There is enough games for the rest of the season where the Texans and the Jaguars could very easily get the first round pick.
Yeah,
first overall pick.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, speaking of actually looking at the games, yeah, look at all
By
that
the way,
green
we're
on
the
my...
Haymakers. Hello.
Yes, we're the Haymakers.
Yes, yeah. Them. Those people. That's us.
Those assholes.
Speaking of the Haymakers, Nikki, want to tell us about your us being watched by a couple of people from a casino?
Okay, so my boss has found out, like, they're planning on making their own podcast, and I mentioned at some other time that I had a podcast of my own, and a couple of them watched it. They said they liked it. Hello, Austin. How are you doing? And yeah, now they were trying to join in on it, which I was just like, no, this is for me and my friends, and you are not invited.
Aw.
We'll make our own thing, maybe. I don't know.
We're friends.
Yay!
But still, that's great news that we got some people watching.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And anyway, just looking at again, going back to actual football, week 13. Man, look at all that green on my side.
Jets
You
fan.
won one for once.
No, I've won a couple weeks.
I have no position. I also have no position to talk.
Right.
But yeah, again, I think again by winners. Thankfully, I was the only one to pick the Cowboys, and you got lucky on the coin flip with the Steelers.
Yeah. Some of those I looked at some of the coin flips and I was like, yeah, some of those I'd go with, but then other ones where I was like, I was like, why bad coin flip? I would have never picked this.
Yeah, you picked the Jaguars to beat the Rams.
But you picked the Seahawks to pick the 49ers, and you got that right.
Yeah?
I would have picked the Seahawks, though. I usually do.
Weird. Anyway, okay, let's move on to the winners and losers. I think we have all a consensus winner for the week, that being the Lions.
Yes.
God bless the Lions.
My loser is the obvious pick.
The Vikings.
Yeah, when you lose to the worst team in football at the moment, you deserve to be the loser of the week.
There was a thing where Mike Tice, the I think 2 or 3, who was head coach of the Vikings 2 or 3 coaches ago, was just like, God damn, even my sorry ass didn't even lose to the Lions. Which is true. Mike Tice was 8-0 against the Lions. I almost said Mike Tyson. I always had that problem with Mike Tice.
Yep. All right. Any individual winners or losers for this week, Nikki?
Well, my big loser for the week is the Texans. Holy shit! Like, in a season that has the Lions, the Texans, I'm pretty sure, are the worst team in football, and it's not close.
No.
They got goose egged by the Colts, and not just that. they never even made it past the Indianapolis 40-yard line the whole game.
Ugh.
Pathetic. Hang on, pulling up the team stats. 9 first downs on the whole game, 141 total yards, 57 yards passing. That is like basement Chicago Bears levels.
That's not good.
No.
Okay.
That was very bad.
All right. I guess.
I guess my winner of my winner of the week, Tua Tagovailoa, who has proven all the haters wrong.
Yeah.
He's been doing pretty good, hasn't he?
Yeah, 4-game win streak, I think. Like, they're good. I was messing around with the playoff machine the other day, and like there's a path for the Dolphins to get into the playoffs, which seemed unlikely. Like, when in week 6 or no, not week 6, week 9 or so, when they were 2-6.
Yeah.
Honestly, this
Mhm.
this is going to be tricky to figure out who's going to make the playoffs because of just in the AFC there is so many teams that are so close to having a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Again, 1 through 13. Just keep watch. Anyone? Again, the only teams that are most assuredly out are Jets, Jags, and the Texans.
Actually, the Texans are the only team that are still technically mathematically eliminated. Even the Jags could still get in.
Really?
Somehow. They haven't been faded on the Reddit yet.
No.
The only team that's been faded is the Texans.
Huh.
They'd have to win all their games, and a series of unfortunate events for a lot of other teams would have to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, they would basically have to like ask a genie to get into the playoffs at this point, but still possible.
If they lose this week, though, they're out.
Oh, for sure. Like
Right.
any of those teams, like they are 1 week away from elimination.
All right. Okay, so I'll do my individual winners and losers. The winner of this week, Minshew Mania's back, baby. Ooh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That works for me, brother.
Yep. 20 for 25, 242 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 4 for 11 carrying yards. My loser for the week is New York weather.
Oh my god, that was hilarious.
I was watching. I didn't get to watch every game, but I wanted to watch a couple. I did see the terrible weather.
Oh my god! Like, I got to actually make a quick little mock bet, like right before it happened. I took the under. That was a good decision.
Oh my
And
god!
the under on that game was already ridiculously low. It was like 39 or something.
Uh-huh.
And like, yeah, it hit well under.
Oh my god! Did you see? I'm not sure if you saw this, but just before, again, I think it was like Monday Night Countdown. They had all four of the commentators out on the field. Just a giant wind gust just came and just blew all their papers away.
Yeah.
But
I did see the part where Alex Smith tried to throw one to Randy Moss and it just sailed.
And because of that, the Patriots took advantage and 222 rushing yards compared to the Buffalo Bills 99.
Can I make a second loser for the Bills run defense? Because like the Patriots only threw 3 times. There was like a 95% chance on any given play that it was going to be a run, and they still gave up 222 yards.
I know. All right, let's move. Okay, so week 13's in the books. Let's take a look at week 14. The buys for this week are the Colts, the Dolphins, the Eagles, and the Patriots. Finally getting their bye.
Yeah, finally don't have to watch the Patriots dad dick the rest of the league.
Yeah, because really, what's their toughest opponent? The Colts, week 15.
Fear it, run from it. The Patriots are inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Patriots got an easy end of the season.
All right.
I'm pulling. Yeah.
Now, what would be hilarious is if they just lose all their games after that.
Yeah. The rest of the way, they've got Colts, Bills, Jags, and Dolphins. Oh, that Dolphins game's going to be tough because it's in Miami. And without exception, every year there's some fuckery in that game.
That is true, but
Patriots warm weather.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a matter of like what type of fuckery in that game is going to result out of it. Like if they lose, does that mean like Cincinnati gets it? Gets the number 1 seed?
Oh man.
All right. Anyway, let's move on to week 14. Thursday night game. Looks like a good game. Steelers Vikings.
AKA the two teams that couldn't beat the fucking Lions. Oh man, both these teams. Can they both just get banned from the playoffs for not being able to beat the Lions?
I'm picking the Steelers because Steelers still going Super Bowl.
Steelers going Super Bowl. Ow.
Wow.
Yinzer hurts.
Yes, Yinzer does hurt. I was practicing it all last week. And then, no, I'm not doing that.
I still going to Super Bowl. Okay. But yeah, it's really hard for me to want to pick these Vikings, especially now. Although, man, they're going to be playing pissed off.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tying to the Lions did not help the Steelers.
Well, no.
Not really. I mean, they beat the... Again, they won last week, but barely. Only because...
Also, the Vikings lost to the Lions. The Steelers only tied with them.
I'm still not sure which of those is worse.
Losing is worse than tying.
I'm actually going to take the Steelers because they just in their last game they beat the top seed in the AFC. So that maybe this is the start of them being good for a couple of weeks, and then they promptly do something towards the end of the season that costs them a playoff spot. Because lol Steelers.
Yeah, I'm going to be contrarian to pick the Vikings solely because they're going to be mad, and Justin Jefferson is looking to exploit that Steelers secondary.
Justin Jefferson is easily the best part of that team, and even in that game, he freaking scorched the earth. I think it went for 188 or something.
I can get that.
182.
182. Okay.
Yeah, 11 for 182 and a touchdown. One of my other bosses had him on his fantasy team, so
nice.
I got to hear about that all day.
All right. Let's move on. Oh boy, this is gonna be a train wreck and a half. Saints taking on the Jets.
God, is it bad that I want to take the Jets?
You really want to take the Jets in this?
I'm not opposed.
I can tell you I can tell you several reasons why not to take the Jets. Coming as a Jets fan. First of all, they have no secondary. And secondly,
because we have no receivers.
Yeah, Corey Davis out for the year, so that means Elijah Moore.
No, I'm talking the Saints. I'm talking the Saints.
Oh no, I'm talking
leading receiver.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm talking about the Jets because Corey Davis is out for the year.
Yeah, well, I'm saying we're going up against your no secondary with no receivers. Our number one receiver right now is a guy named Deontay Harris.
Mm.
Exactly.
And yet somehow, some way, the Jets will let Deontay Harris just zoom by him.
Mm-hmm. I guess if it was anybody else, even if it was Joe Flacco at this point, I think I would take the Jets. But since it's still Zach Wilson at quarterback and he's seeing ghosts, I think I'll take the Saints.
Well, he actually did. Again, outside the first half, he looked really, really good. He only had he had just getting it up 23 for 28, 226 yards, 2 touchdowns, and just the one sloppy interception.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, he looked good, and again, and he also got the one rushing touchdown.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, again, we'll see. Like, again, really rough start, but again, he's starting to improve. But again, he's not on the levels of like. Okay, let's say this: he's not on the levels of Mac Jones. Let's face it.
He's no Mac Jones.
But he's getting there. I mean, honestly, the Jets just need to get healthy. Like like this year is a wash. Let's just focus on just staying where we are. Maybe just get one more win. It's not gonna be this one. It's probably gonna be Jacksonville. Or with our luck, it's probably gonna be Tampa. But yeah, Saints are gonna win. Saints are gonna win this. I think the betting line is -5 in favor of the Saints, and and for those curious, -3 in favor of the Vikings for the Steelers game. And Connor, who you taking?
Team the Saints, because even though the Saints are on a 5-game losing streak,
the Jets are like hangover medicine.
Yeah,
just
pretty,
like
pretty much.
We've had a rough time. Thank God we got the Jets.
Which is weird because it was in the 80s. It was the opposite.
Oh yeah, I've seen the histories of the Saints where back then all they had was like the best linebacker core in the league and nothing else.
Yeah.
How do you have 4 Hall of Famers at one position and nothing else?
I don't know. All right. Moving on. Next game, NFC South matchup. Falcons visiting the Panthers.
I don't know who's going to win this game.
God damn it, they're going to make me take the Falcons.
I don't see. Here's the thing: I don't trust the Falcons as far as I could throw their largest lineman.
And who at this point probably has the same passing skill as Cam Newton.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm decent. With
they fired Joe Brady.
Who fired Joe Brady?
The Panthers. He was their OC. Yeah. I thought he was like going into the season. I thought that if they were like even close to like competitive, I thought that Joe Brady would have been a shoo-in to get the LSU job. Because like he was the offensive coordinator when Joe Burrow was there.
Yeah. And according to the Panthers Wire, said they were already set to fire him at the end of the 2021 season, but I guess they fired him early. And I'm just.
But yeah, by the looks of things, Cam's still starting. Like even though he got benched in the last game, so sadly no PJ Walker sighting just yet.
Yeah, and I forgot. Didn't McCaffrey roll his ankle the last game? I know they were off this week.
Well, it's Christian McCaffrey, so he has a high likelihood of being injured at any given moment.
Right, which means Chuba Hubbard's back in, and I can get fantasy points.
Chuba Hubbard.
Okay. That said, just looking at the betting line for this one, it is -3.
Carolina's actually favored in this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the upset. Weird. I'm taking the Falcons.
That's barely an upset. I'm taking the Falcons too. I'm gonna see if I can put a little bit on that one. I actually did really good with all the little bets that I made. Like the only one that I messed up were some basketball ones, but I'm in the green right now.
All right. And Connie, you said you are taking Falcons or Panthers?
I'm taking the Panthers because Falcons are going to Falcon.
Okie dokie.
That is reasonable.
Okay, moving on to Tank Bowl 6, I think this is.
All right.
Seahawks taking on the Texans. Seahawks are playing for the Jets because they have their pick.
Oh man, that Jamal Adams trade looks worse by the day.
Yeah, and somehow the Seahawks actually beat the 49ers.
Yeah, the Seahawks are favored by a touchdown. And the sad part is, despite the fact that the Seahawks, I think, are like in terms of draft order, like the fourth worst team in the NFL. Being favored by 7.5 against this Texans team is not out of the question.
Uh-huh. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
but
Adrian Peterson's on the Seahawks now.
That is his 7th team, which actually sets a record for most teams played on by a Hall of Fame player.
Yeah.
Assuming Adrian Peterson is a Hall of Famer, I think that's a safe bet.
Ooh. Pardon me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I have a little bit more faith in the Seahawks than I do the Texans. But at this point, NFL is now chaos. Texans could somehow come away with a win here.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Is
It's madness at this point.
Is anybody going to take the Texans?
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Maybe.
No, absolutely not. Like
the Texans are going for that tank, so no, I'm not taking the.
Okay.
Yep. They're shooting for who's the top quarterback in this year's draft? Matt Corral.
It's it's either Pitt's quarterback or what's his face? CJ. What's his face from Ohio?
Oh, Stroud?
Maybe. Let's go to Tankathon. I'm just checking. Tankathon NFL. It is. Let's go to the mock draft. Top QB is. Oh no, it's still saying Matt Corral from Ole Miss.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, followed by Malik Willis from Liberty.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Liberty bibbity. Yeah,
Why is that still funny?
Yeah, it's Corral, Willis, and then Pickett.
Yeah, Tankathon has him going Matt Corral to the Giants. Fair. Malik Willis to the Panthers. Fair. And Kenny Pickett to the Broncos. I can see all that.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Sam Howell out of North Carolina in the second round to the Lions. Carson Strong going to the Pittsburgh. Guy from Nevada.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently he is a statue in the pocket, so.
So I guess Big Ben's found his successor.
Yeah. Oh, Big Ben's done, by the way. He said that he's retiring after this season.
Alrighty.
Guess he couldn't milk any more money out of the Steelers. What a shame.
Oh well. All those Roethlisbergers would go to waste.
Good riddance to fat rubbish.
Goodbye, Ben. You might be missed.
You might be. All right, moving on. Raiders taking on the Chiefs. This is gonna be an interesting game.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting in the fact that okay, so I guess the Chiefs are good again.
Yes.
And the Raiders are falling apart at the seams, which is perfectly on brand for them, really.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's that time of year.
Yeah, if there's always some constants in late November. It's racist uncles and the Raiders just completely falling apart, even though they looked like a really good team earlier this season.
Yep.
What a shame.
Yep. There's only two things. There's only two things that are allergic to December: the Raiders and Tony Romo.
Oof.
All
right, spread on this game is KC minus 9.5.
Oh wow, that's
many.
That is large.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
this is a team that 2 weeks ago beat the Cowboys, and last week were at least close to beating Washington, who are the hottest team in football right now.
Which is weird.
That is weird. Hail to the football team.
Yep.
All hail football team.
That being said, this is Chiefs. Chiefs win.
Yeah. The only question is, will they cover the spread? Which that I don't know, and I'm not going to mess with that line.
Alrighty.
Against-
Donna?
Chiefs against the Raiders at Arrowhead in December. I'm picking the fucking Chiefs.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it is at Arrowhead, isn't it?
Yeah.
That might
Yeah.
sway. That might sway me.
All right. Next game, NFC North matchup. AFC North matchup. Ravens Browns.
Hmm.
Browns are coming off a bye, and Ravens got embarrassed by the Steelers.
Browns?
Browns are home.
Wait, no. Oh yeah, Browns are at home. Okay. Okay, so in their last 3 games, Browns have scored 7 points against the Patriots, 13 points against the Lions, and 10 points against the Ravens. Something is fundamentally wrong.
Yeah.
Also-
I think we're
well,
going to have a repeat of a game that we had in November.
yeah, Baker's playing hurt. Is what's happening.
Yeah. Which is weird because, like, Case Keenum is not that bad. Like, he's not so bad that I would take an injured Baker Mayfield over him.
No.
Yeah. Also, this means that the Browns are playing the Ravens twice in a row.
Yep.
There's a bye week in there, but yeah.
Mm.
I saw a post on Reddit that was just like, they should really just like make the NFL schedules like separated into like sections of the season. Like first 5 weeks of the season be inter-conference games, and then the next 6 games can be between like teams inside the division but outside of their inside of their conference but outside of their division, and then the final 6 weeks is all rivalry games.
All division matches, yeah.
Yes.
I'm all
Don't
for
do
that.
The only thing I would change about that is like I would make week 1 a rivalry thing as well. But aside from that, I love that idea. Because it separates the season into like little chunks.
All right, but who are we picking for this one?
Not the Browns.
Not
That's
the
for damn
Browns.
sure.
What team isn't the Browns? That one.
Okay, so you're picking the
Oh,
Ravens?
Oh, you
Yeah.
mean the team that like as of a week ago is the number 1 seed in the AFC? Yeah, that one.
I'm being contrarian again. I'm picking the Browns. The spread's not that big. It's -2.5.
That spread should be bigger.
Yeah, it really should.
In favor of the Browns.
Yeah, that should be like a lot different. The Ravens are the underdog in that?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
That makes little sense at all.
Yeah, I'm putting, not only am I putting money on that one, I'm putting double what I normally put.
Okay.
Mm.
All right, moving on. Oh, this is going to be hilarious depending on the outcome. Cowboys taking on the football team.
Hail to the football team!
I want it to happen so badly. I want Washington to win.
The football team has yet to lose to the Cowboys.
I want it to happen so bad.
Oh my god, Taylor Heineke. It's his redemption angle, baby. Took him a second to get used to this team. It took him a second to get used to this team, but now that he's the starter and like they're not like trying to court Tua or Cam or anybody else, like this is his time.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what I want. I want this win to happen so badly. I would sacrifice the rest of the Bears season. Just like lose all the games, Bears, and just give the Washington football team this one win.
Yeah, the only downside is that this means that we have to root for Dan Snyder's team. That sucks.
I know, but
This is gonna be an interesting game. I'm taking the football team just because I want to see all the Cowboys fans cry.
Oh man, that's gonna be fun because that's one of the day games, isn't it?
That is a day game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll get to actually see Cowboys fans crying in real time because that'll be during my shift. I like
Cool.
it. taking the football team.
Connor?
We're all taking the football team. This feels weird.
I know.
This feels like we're trying to will it into existence.
Okay, this next one's going to be a little bit easier. Jaguars visiting the Titans.
Okay. Finally, some semblance of normalcy.
Yes.
So the Titans are favored in this one by 9.
And again, still not the biggest spread.
Oof. I think I know what it is, and I'm not looking forward to it. All right, so let's see here. What have the Titans been up to lately? They got oh dear.
Yeah, they're just coming off a bye.
Yeah, but before that, they got their dicks stomped on by the Patriots, and then they lost to the Texans.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
And they only just beat the Saints.
Yeah. Okay, so suddenly this game is not as close as I was expecting. But at the same time,
okay,
it's the Texans.
Keep in mind, the Titans have lost to every team, two of the bottom 3 teams in the AFC. They have not lost to the Jaguars yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking the Jaguars. Jaguars.
Oh.
Fun.
Go AEW team.
Oh man, like there's gonna be gifs of this game. Remember in the Stadium Stampede match where Chris Jericho did the Judas effect on Jackson DeVille? There's gonna be that, but with the Titans logo on Jericho's face. Yeah, sorry. Like you can. I hope the Jaguars do it because I love chaos, but I'm not.
That's what the season's been, though. It's been utter chaos.
Yeah, this is true.
All right,
these are facts.
All right, first of the 4:00 games: Giants visiting the Chargers. Giants could not score a touchdown against Tua. The Chargers beat the Bengals.
I see the argument that you are making.
And I agree with it.
Yes. The last few games, they put up 9 points against the Dolphins, 13 points against the Eagles in a win.
Yeah.
10 points against the Buccaneers, 23 against the Raiders in a win, and then 17 to the Chiefs. Yeah, like this Giants team blows. And this Chargers team is actually not the worst. Like, they're kind of hot and cold, but I don't see them being cold enough to lose to the Giants.
No. They're not. They're not that bad. I mean, what is it like?
They're bad.
They're bad. They're mid, but they're not. They're above mid. They're slightly above mid.
They're above.
I feel like we've taken that line from you.
No, and I'm fine with it.
Like, you try to get a thing, and then we made it a thing harder.
I am fine with it.
Last few games for the Chargers, they beat the Bengals pretty convincingly. Lost to the Broncos, who might be good.
Debatable.
It is a debate. Had a very high scoring game with the Steelers and won. The 41-37, I think, Sunday night game.
That was a Sunday. Yeah, Sunday night game.
Yeah. Then lost to the Vikings, and then barely beat the Eagles, and barely lost to the Chargers. So, yeah, this seems like a team that plays in deceptively close games. And the line on this is Chargers minus 10.5.
Yeah, that's about right.
I think that is big. I think it could be a little bit lower if, somehow the Giants defense actually shows up, because that's really the only thing that's holding them together.
No. I'm going to say this now. Chargers by 17 points.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay. So you have them covering pretty comfortably.
Now, if that's the case, I'm taking the under on that one. All right.
You're taking the Giants with the points?
Giants with points with Chargers of winning.
Yeah.
All right, next game, the 1-10-1 Lions taking on the Broncos.
Lions got them right where they want them.
Here's the thing. It's nearly impossible for me to get first.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in fuck it chaos mode. I'm picking the Lions.
Right where they want them.
Chaos theory says Lions and screw up their tank.
Ooh.
Oh man. Like it would be. Okay, so here's the thing with the Lions. So they don't need a well, actually they do need a quarterback, but there isn't really a quarterback at the top of the draft. Like that's worth taking with the number 1 overall pick.
No.
Like granted that hasn't stopped teams before, but still.
I was about to say, how many times have we seen teams realize, like early on, go, oh hell, we need a quarterback. This one.
They're employing one right now.
Let's see. 49ers did that. The Jets have done that. The Bears recently did that.
Mm-hmm. The Jets have done it again, and then probably one more time other than that.
God. We are bad at picking quarterbacks.
Yes. You picked one good one once.
It's not that you're bad at taking quarterbacks, it's that you're bad at developing them. Because if Mac Jones had showed up on the Jets and Zach Wilson had showed up on the Patriots, I'd be willing to bet you that Mac Jones would have been the one who turned out to be shit, and Zach Wilson would have turned into Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, probably. All right, but this case, Broncos defense is better. I'm taking the Broncos.
Oh yeah, easy. I have already made a pledge. I'm not rooting for. Well, I am rooting for them. I want them to win, but I'm not picking the Broncos. No, I'm not picking the Lions ever because I've been burned too many times chasing that win.
Your mind is telling you to pick the Lions. You should do it.
You will not tempt me.
All
I know what you're trying to do, you siren.
All right, moving on. A rematch of Super Bowl 23, 49ers Bengals.
Ooh, that's a deep cut.
Yes.
I like it.
Very deep.
Who remembers those Super Bowls from 30 years ago, baby?
Only 2 of them were actually good, and one of them was 25 and the other was 23.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because wasn't that around the time where the de facto or the real Super Bowl was the NFC Championship game when the Cowboys and the 49ers were beating the shit out of each other every year.
Yeah, and then occasionally, the Washington would get in there somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and every time the AFC got in, they did not show up.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Bills.
And
how are you? All right, that was in the 90s.
That was the 90s, but still,
yeah,
it went into the 90s until 90s.
Yeah, it's still applicable.
But yeah, okay, so Bengals are coming off a loss, and 49ers coming off a shocking loss against the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm. And the line on this one is Cincy -1. But in some places, I've seen this as a pick'em.
Ooh.
This is tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough. Because I feel like both of these teams should be better.
Well, they're both still in the playoff picture. Bengals are the 6th seed, and 49ers 7th in their division. And both could definitely use the win here.
Right. I think I'm going to take the Bengals, but I don't feel good about it.
Okay.
I'm taking I do not trust the Bengals.
Okay, and I am also taking the 49ers as well.
All right, I'll solo this Bengals bandwagon.
I think that's the first solo for you. Yep, first
Yeah,
solo
it
for
looks
you.
like it.
All right,
Yeah, I
now
think we've all had a solo.
I need to point out, Nikki.
Mhm.
Every time you have gone, I'm going to solo this bandwagon, what has happened?
you win.
I don't know what has happened, Kana.
Well, you solo bandwagoned the Lions for a while. That didn't turn out very well. You soloed another team for a while, and you told us, never let me solo this team ever again.
Yeah, but the Bengals are better than those teams.
Are you sure about it?
Am I sure about the Bengals being better than the Lions? Yes. I will die on that hill.
All right. Moving on. Oh god, this would have been a fun game, but oh geez.
No.
Bills taking on the Bucks.
Tom Brady still isn't done destroying the AFC East.
God. Oh Jesus Christ. But Tom Brady is Braun Strowman right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
and
there yet.
And he just hucked a chair at the Bills.
Yeah.
So we all agree the Bucks are winning this game because it's the obvious thing, correct?
I really want it. I really want to, but man, Tom Brady's so good right now. Like this is like last week was his I believe 6th game where he had 4 passing touchdowns or more, and every other season that he's had at least 6 4-touchdown games, he's won MVP.
Remember, the Bills just lost to Diet Buccaneers and the Patriots.
Well, also keep in mind that their passing game was severely cut because of weather being stupid.
Yeah,
Despite that though, the Bills still tried to pass in that game, which is hilarious.
They did get a passing touchdown.
Yeah, they went 15 for 13 or 15 for 30 for 149 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah,
it's not an amazing passing game, but in that conditions, it's Norm Van Brocklin circa 1950 ish. I don't know.
50-ish.
Nice attempt.
It's the one where he threw for the record.
Okay.
It's weird. It's so weird that with how crazy the passing game has come in the last few years, it still feels weird that the record for most passing yards in a single game was set in the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 538 by Norm Van Brocklin in 19... I'm still looking it up. Fuck. Continue.
All right. Actually. All right, but anyway, I'm taking the Bucks. Are you taking the Bucks, Kana?
Yeah.
Nikki, are you taking the Bucks?
Oh yeah, easy.
All right, now for the biggest spread of the week. Bears, Packers, 11.5 in favor of the Packers.
Why is life pain? This feels like abuse.
This is where I shock our American viewers. I'm picking the Bears.
You do that. Spread is 12.5. I might take the Packers with those points.
Go do it.
This is I don't know. Is it at least in Lambeau?
It is in Lambeau.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm taking those numbers.
Yep, and Packers, of course, are coming off a bye.
So
they're gonna be really fresh coming into the cold.
Go Pack, go! They might win this one by 40.
All right, and finally, this is game of the week: Rams Cardinals.
Finally, good football. Or at least kinda, because something's wrong with the Rams. Like, bad wrong.
Should be good football, but...
Yeah,
but...
doesn't look good.
Yeah, They did just finish like with NFL's palate cleanser in the Jaguars, but
Yeah,
They were on a
yeah,
they were
now,
on a 3-game losing streak too.
yeah. But here's the thing: D Hop's back, and Kyler Murray's back, and you saw what they did to the Bears.
mm-hmm.
They're gonna do that. They're gonna do that.
I saw.
They're gonna do that to the Rams.
Okay, so tell me, at what point? I know that he's not going to, but how many yards does Cooper Kupp have to put up before we start talking about him legitimately as an MVP candidate?
Well, what's he at now?
Right
I'm
now,
about
he is leading the league in all 3 receiving categories, which has not happened since 2005.
I'm about to annoy you, Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
The experts are saying it's going to be Brady.
I know, and quite frankly, he deserves it. But like at that, he has 100 receptions for 1,366 yards and 11 touchdowns. He is leading the league in all 3 receiving categories. That is nuts.
If he doesn't get MVP, he's getting Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
They really should just make Offensive Player of the Year a skill position award.
Honestly, what they should do is have just like an MVP. Like they should just have a QB award and an MVP award.
Yeah, like baseball does with the Cy Young.
Yeah. Because like if you just have the MVP, 9 times out of 10, it's a QB winning it.
Yeah, I think the actual stat is like since 2000, there have been 17 quarterbacks that have won the MVP in 21 years, and the other ones have required stupid, ridiculous years, like Adrian Peterson or like Damian Tomlinson or like stuff like that.
Ridiculous years, and QB's not having a somewhat
right. Yeah, because I remember there was a year where J.J. Watt should have won MVP, but like I think Manning or something had like a big 5,000 yard season or something.
Yeah, had a good 1-stat season. Anyway, Cardinals gonna lock in their position.
Yeah. I think with this they lock in their they lock in their playoff berth.
Yeah, because at that point the worst they could finish is 11-6, and I think that is better than any possible 7th seed.
Yeah,
and it would also mean it is highly unlikely for the Rams to knock them out of their first seed in their division.
Yeah, because this is the last game they play against the Rams.
Yeah, because then the only way for it to happen is Rams go on a win streak for the rest of the season, and Cardinals lose all their games for the rest of the season. And even then, I think the Cardinals would still win because of tiebreaker bullshit.
Well, yeah, I mean, they have to contend with, after the Cardinals have to do this, they have to still contend with the Lions, the Colts, the Cowboys, and the Seahawks one more time.
Right.
And they get to beat the Lions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the Rams side, they have the Seahawks, Vikings, Ravens, and the 49ers. Not as easy.
Not as easy.
All right. So I'm guessing we're all taking the Cardinals?
Looks like it.
Team Old Man.
Team Eugene.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, they've earned this.
Honestly, if they win this year, good for them.
Good for them.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird. Like they're already like.
Season.
I was watching some ESPN at work, which already is a bad idea.
Yeah.
But like they're talking about how Cliff Kingsbury could be linked to the Oklahoma job before Brent Venables got. Venables has already been signed as the Oklahoma coach, right?
Might be.
Or is that just a rumor? Anyway, they were talking about Kingsbury being linked to the OU job, and it's just like, why would he leave?
Yeah.
He's coaching the best team in football, who has an electrifying young quarterback and maybe the best receiving core in the league. Why would he leave that? That plays so well into his wheelhouse already.
Why would you leave that if it's your wheelhouse and you've got all the pieces to have a really good couple of years?
Yeah, and especially to go to Oklahoma. Like, Oklahoma is like in that Notre Dame, Wisconsin tier of just like good, but they're not winning the national title.
Good, but they'd have to have an amazing year to win the national.
They're a long ways away since 2001.
Yeah, like, didn't they go undefeated for like a good chunk of the season and were still like 8th?
I'm trying to remember because the last time they won was 2001, where they absolutely embarrassed Florida State. And then
back when they had Jason White.
Yep, and then they got embarrassed by Miami. That was fun.
Anyway, I think that's it for the week.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one last thing that I wanted to mention. This is something that's just weird, and I keep noticing it. So we already talked about how the Houston Texans are the only team so far who've been eliminated from the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow, they are ahead of the Jaguars in the standings, who are not eliminated from the playoffs yet. They're not even the worst team in their division statistically, and yet also statistically, they've already been eliminated from the playoffs. Explain that shit, atheists.